In a world full of confusion, the simplest topics are considered boring. On Keesler Air Force Base, the dedicated airmen who argue these topics belong to an elite group known as the United States Air Force. These are their arguments.
And I'm Sean Barrett.
McChurgers. This is our argument.
A McChurger is a basic substance. A double cheeseburger and a McChicken.
Found at McDonald's.
But how do you assemble it properly?
Let me tell you. It's quite simple. All you gotta do is take the bottom of a McChicken off and just put it right on top of the cheeseburger. And you have a McChurger.
But then it's not a stable substance. Because if you have that top of the McChicken and it's just sitting on top of the double cheeseburger, those are both round edges. It's going to roll off. You take the top off the McChicken and stick it to the bottom of the double cheeseburger.
I disagree with that statement. If you take the top off the McChicken and put it on the bottom of the double cheeseburger, or even just cheeseburger, I don't care, you're taking away from the condiments of the McChicken.
Not necessarily, because the McChicken has all the lettuce and stuff, but that's going to fall out anyway, no matter if you had made the McChurger or not. In that case, you could just take it and then just put it back on with your hands, because it's not like there's mayonnaise within the lettuce. And it's just going to fall off, so you can just grab it, throw it back on, and put it together.
But the mayonnaise is on top of the lettuce. Are you going to take your hand and wipe it all in that nice mayonnaise and wipe it on the sandwich?
Use a spoon.
And what if you don't have a spoon?
Well, if you just got to McDonald's, I don't know how you wouldn't have one.
Well, who likes chicken on the bottom of a burger anyway? I like chicken on top.
What if you just flipped it over? Then it would be on the bottom.
But if you flipped it over, you would once again have an unstable substance.
So no matter what, you're making an unstable substance.
Not necessarily.
How not?
Quite simple, being you could flip it.
So then, you still have that middle that's unstable though.
No.
Why isn't it stable? Or why isn't it unstable?
You can flatten it.
Well then, couldn't you just take the bottom off of McChicken, flip it upside down, stick it to the bottom of a double cheeseburger, and then flatten both ends, and you'd have the same thing?
You can't have two pieces of bread touching in the middle. You only can have one.
No, you'd be taking the bottom off, flipping it upside down so that the tops are on either end, and putting it together.
And with the tops on either end, you can't set it down on the table. It would topple.
No, you could flatten it, based off your argument.
Who says that was my argument?
You were the one who said you could just flatten the middle to make it stable.
We're talking about the middle, not the ends.
One to follow the same principle?
I disagree with that.
Well, how about this? You take the top off a double cheeseburger, the top off the McChicken, scrape the condiments back onto the selected meats, put them together top to top, just getting rid of that middle bun needed. Two bottoms, no matter how you set it, it would be stable.
And again, here you are talking about scraping condiments. It's just not the same.
Or you know what you could do? Hold it in your hand, plan on not setting it down. You don't even need to take any buns off. Just stick bottom bun to bottom bun. 4 buns, no wasted bread.
You may have a compelling argument.
And even if you really wanted to, you could take something else and stick in the middle, like your French fries. That way there's no bread touching.
Whoa, that is genius.
Then you could call that the Super McChurger.
The Super McChurger. I dig it! Now, the Super McChurger, double cheeseburger. How about McChurger Jr., the single cheeseburger?
Ooh. But how much would that cost?
$2.
But wouldn't a regular McChurger already cost $2?
How so?
Well, if you're getting both items off the dollar menu, a double cheeseburger and a McChicken, they're going to be $2 a piece. Or they're going to be each $1 a piece.
So why doesn't McDonald's have the McChurger already on as the meal?
Because then they'd be losing money. Think about it. If they have it pre-assembled, they're going to have to set it at such a high price to equate that people are just going to save money by buying a double cheeseburger and a McChicken.
I would pay $1.50 for it.
For a McChurger?
Yes, I would.
Well, wouldn't they be wasting or losing money then?
I disagree. Not with how many McChurgers they'd be making, with it being so popular.
But not many people have heard about them as it is.
Advertise.
You may have a compelling point.
Yes, I know.
My bad. Don't go too crazy now.
It's my roommate.
And once again, he's ruined another argument.
Yes. Well, McChurgers. $2.
I would say $2.50.
$2.50?
$2.50 for a McChurger.
Now that I think you're paying way too much for. If you're paying $2.50 for a McChurger, I'd be hoping for fries and a drink for sure.
Think about it like this. You got the double cheeseburger, the McChicken. Someone's putting them together for you. That's like shipping and handling with a package. They're doing all the work. They should be getting some compensation for it.
So then they should just increase minimum wage.
Why would they do that?
Because if they're expected to get compensation for it, you know the production cost of a McChurger is going to increase in value.
Exactly. But why? But McDonald's wants more money for doing the work for you. It's like buying a model and having it pre-assembled. You're going to have to pay someone to assemble it for you. And so it won't just be the base price of a model unbuilt.
I think I see where you're coming from on this. That's quite a compelling argument.
I do what I can.
So, how much would a meal cost for a McChurger?
Well, if we base it off what other meals would be, it's normally an extra $2 to $1. So then you just base it off that. Make it like $5 for a supersized meal. Even.
$5 even for a supersized meal?
Yes.
Now that I think you're taking a little bit too far, especially when it costs about $6 for a double quarter pounder with cheese, and that's 2 pieces of meat. And a McChurger is 3 pieces of meat.
But it's not, it costs less than a double quarter pounder. Double quarter pounder is half a pound of meat.
This is true. Chicken is a light substance, but that doesn't matter. Chicken is one of their highest selling properties at McDonald's.
I would say the beef is.
I disagree with that. People love chicken. It's the white meat.
Think about it. It is a cheeseburger restaurant. Or fast food restaurant. They're coming for the cheeseburgers, and if it has chicken, that's an extra bonus. But really, most people are going to go there for their known items, like the quarter pounder or the Big Mac.
True. But in my opinion, the McChurger is a complete overhaul and will take the Big Mac out.
I don't think so. It's been going since the place started.
Especially if you put a request to put the Big Mac sauce on a McChurger.
Ooh. Then that's an increase in price because that's a secret recipe.
I disagree with that. I think you would increase the price maybe a quarter.
There you go. That's still an increase in price. So you're paying for them to assemble it for you. You're paying for the extra sauce. And you'd be paying for it to be an extra value meal. I think that it's going to be at least $5.
For the whole extra value meal?
Yes.
And what if you just wanted the sandwich alone? $2.
$2 to $2.50.
But if you could get it for just $2, why wouldn't you just order a cheeseburger and a chicken sandwich off the dollar menu then?
People are lazy.
People are lazy.
Yes. Think about it. If some guy said, hey, I will give you a McChurger, or I'll give you a chicken sandwich and a double cheeseburger, what would you go for? Knowing that either way, in the end, you're going to have a McChurger. You'd go for the McChurger.
So basically, this is just about the laziness of people.
Exactly.
Okay. That's a compelling argument. I like it.
And that is the argument.
That is the argument.